So hey guys, check this out. The quote's from a James Allen book called A Man Thinketh, right? A man is always eager to fix a situation, but not generally himself. Something to think about. Something to think about for sure. I would rather be wrong than to never learn anything. People are more interested in talking to you when you have more information, broader knowledge. It can lead to more deals, more opportunities. It's always better to have expansive thinking than contracted thinking. So I was watching a John Maxwell presentation here recently, not too long ago, and being one of the, being one of the various avenues of sales and research methodologies that I actually study along with, who else did I study today? Grant Cardone's The Cardone Zone. Um, probably mentioned this a few times. If you're not currently like following, um, or not familiar with like John Maxwell or Grant Cardone, two guys that I would definitely say, are going to add, motivational enterprise and value into your life if you're trying to get from point A to point B and having a direction, which kind of leads me into one of the like the 4 points that I can distill from having watched John Maxwell's presentation. First being intentional basically means to have a direction to go every day, not too much. It's just like you shouldn't have too much open space in your schedule. Honestly, it's good to have open space on occasion, but the whole concept of being intentional is you have an ultimate goal, and you are doing what you need to do on a daily basis to get to that ultimate goal, right? Whether you are a business owner, a motivational speaker, whether you sit on your ass all day and play Xbox. I mean, hey, I've been there, I've done that, and I have superseded it. There's like no more need in my life to be doing those things unless I really need time to relax. I was considering today actually because I was really burnt out, but instead I made another pot of coffee and I came out to do this instead. Experience, right? A lot of people say experience is the best teacher, which I actually have to agree with John Maxwell. I respectively disagree. And the reason being, there's a difference between experience and evaluated experience. There's a lot of people with experience in a lot of things. Some people like to get drunk and put their heads in, horse piss buckets. There's some people who like to climb poles, fall down, break something, and get back up and do it again. Some people have experience and they write a book about it. Some people are going to try to sell you some crappy information, or at least they're going to like lead you in a direction and say, if you want to learn more about how to make an extra $3,000 a month, you'll do this. It's like, you know, from someone who's been there, done that, I think as Warren Buffett says, learn from the experiences of others to kind of identify what is and is not a good idea. So with the evaluated experience being different from just experience, you're going to learn what to and not to do. That's going to basically help you, supersede your current position. If you're in a current position where you hate your job, you do the same shit every day in, day out, 9 to 5, or first, second, third shift kind of shit, and you want to grow and expand, um, there's always the opportunity. You just kind of have to like take that leap of faith and try it. Put your money where your values are. Investing in things you personally feel strongly about. So today was actually a good example for me. I really started to, I opened up and started to utilize the Facebook Marketplace. So I'm doing a reinvestment practice. There's things that I do and don't use, and I can basically, identify this. I'm tired of looking at stuff where I live. There's a lot of stuff that I don't use, that people could use. There's extra capital available there. So why not, sell it off and reinvest in things that are going to help me achieve my ultimate goal. Just step at a time, step at a time. To foster your ultimate goals is to basically take baby steps, taking baby steps and just kind of maintaining, right? It's a discipline. So, it's kind of a small example of the maintenance of discipline. It's kind of like every day, as an example, I'm growing a basil plant, right? Now, it only sprouted a few days back, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, when I ultimately have a basil garden and, probably like a small farm, you know, this is going to be like the great grandparent providing the seeds to go about that process. It's going to be a while, but that's just, maintenance and persistence and a long-term goal. Resonant leadership, right? The book that I finished up and I've been reading back through it and taking notes at this point, which hence the bookmark, Primal Leadership by the Realizing the Power of Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman, right? So Primal Leadership. Basically, the whole book describes various facets of various assets of EI, emotional intelligence. Um, so with the Primal Leadership book example, right, a resonant leader, they inspire people and they can turn around negative thinking into a positive opportunity. So it really takes, and it's also discussed in Primal Leadership, the power of emotional intelligence. I would highly recommend picking that up. I'll provide the link where I got that on Amazon down below, and I will provide of course, the presentation that I watched for John Maxwell as well. Those are actually 4 points that I pulled from the John Maxwell presentation, um, as well Grant Cardone and Adam Michaels. I name dropped him at the last minute there. But with that being said, you can check them out. The links that I pulled from them. Hopefully, you guys will have um, find some value in their information that's being provided. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in to Shop Talk. I really appreciate your time. Anyways, it's Steve with Three Gins. Guys, have a great afternoon.